I literally hate introductions, you guys. They drive me crazy. But I kind of feel like I need to kind of explain what my channel is about, just for those of you that are considering subscribing or you're here for the very first time. I am a stay-at-home mom, and I love to give you guys information on how to purchase luxury cheaper. Because I am a stay-at-home mom, I am plus size, and I love luxury. These are all topics that I cover on here. Styling tips for plus size moms, styling tips for stay-at-home moms, and also how to shop and get the most for your money. And I also shop like H&M, Zara, and Target, guys. So you get a variety of topics on my channel, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. So today's topic is going to be what the thumbnail suggests. It is going to be Poshmark versus Fashionphile. So if you're interested, let's get into it. I've been really considering this topic for a few months now, and what I wanted to talk about today was Poshmark versus Fashionphile, and mainly I'll be discussing selling through Poshmark versus selling through Fashionphile. Now, let me preface this by saying I have never sold anything to Fashionphile, and I have sold through Poshmark lots of items. I've been using Poshmark now for 3 years, and I usually sell a lot of contemporary items, clothing, and I have sold luxury items, and that's the area that I want to cover. Let's start with the first luxury item that I ever sold, and I will go ahead and insert a photo of that item. Now, when I sold this bag, I had watched so many videos here on YouTube with regards to resale value, and I was pretty convinced that I was not going to recuperate my money with this particular bag. This was a Miu Miu embroidered bag. It was leathered, it had grommets, it was a stunning bag, you guys. It was gorgeous. And I know we don't hear that much about Miu Miu handbags lately. For the last few years, they really haven't been selling any items that have been extremely popular, at least here in the community. I thought that this bag was gorgeous. This bag retailed at $8.95, I believe, when I purchased it. And it was stunning. I believe that if this bag was being sold today, it would probably be closer to $2,000 because it was absolutely gorgeous. Now, I reached out over to Fashionphile to try to sell them this bag, and I was basically sent a rejection email, and I was told that they were not interested in my bag. So I was deeply offended because I knew this bag was gorgeous, and I had done some legwork. If anyone else had sold this bag, if it had sold through eBay, through Vestiaire, through Fashionphile itself, or the Real, and this bag had sold on the Real, I want to say under a year from the time that I wanted to sell it. So being so upset by Fashionphile's rejection, I usually do really good things when I'm angry. With my anger, I kind of refocus it. And that's actually when I really started to use Poshmark. I was like, the hell with Fashionphile. I will sell this bag myself. And, you know, even though I was doing it really angry and I was like, I'll just sell it myself, I was, you know, a little apprehensive and unsure how much money I would get for my item. I knew how much I wanted to get for it, but I was not sure how much I would actually get for it. So I took as many good photos as I possibly could of this item, and I posted it to Poshmark. This bag sold in under 24 hours. I really did jump the gun when I first sold this bag. I had so much interest in the bag within hours, and I couldn't believe how quickly I got a reasonable offer for it. I listed it at purchase price, which was either $850 or $895. Someone came at me with either $600 or $650, which I felt was a very, very strong offer for this bag. And I was really excited that I got, a strong offer for it that I just accepted. And I didn't realize that the buyer had commented that they really wanted the bag and they were willing to negotiate on the price. So I probably could have recouped way more of my money had I just calmed down. But regardless, she was happy with her purchase, and I was kind of like a Poshmark convert at that point. So next item that I sold on Poshmark was a Gucci hobo bag, which again, I will insert a photo for you guys. This bag is another piece that I thought was a relevant style. It will always be relevant. Hobos kind of come and go, and there's always someone that has an appreciation for the style of a hobo. In fact, I still do. This particular bag was very out of the box. It wasn't something that you see coming and going all the time. It had some beautiful detailing to it. And again, here on YouTube, people just had nothing positive to say about Gucci and its resale value. So I knew how much I paid for the bag. I want to say I paid about $900 for this bag, and I knew that I didn't want to take anything under $600. Ideally, $750 would have been my sweet spot, but I actually did not offer this bag to Fashionphile. I just kind of let it sit there on Poshmark, and it did take a while to sell. And I want to say it sold somewhere between $600 and $650. So that was another good sell that I had on Poshmark. Now, recently, I did attempt to sell some items again to Fashionphile because I kind of wanted the process to be quicker, so I thought. And I offered Fashionphile a brand new pair of ballet flats. And I bought these back in 2017 and I never wore them. I had made a lot of Chanel purchases that year, earrings. I had bought 2 walks that year. I bought my espadrilles that year, and I was using everything except for those ballet flats. So I kind of sat with them for a while and I couldn't understand why I wasn't wearing them. At a certain point, I decided, you know what, it's kind of silly for me to be holding on to these. I'm not wearing them. That means I'm not going to wear them. So I offered them to Fashionphile. Fashionphile offered me $400 for my brand new pair of Chanel flats. Needless to say, I was very offended yet again. And I kind of toyed with the idea of selling them to Fashionphile because there is a feeling that with Fashionphile you get your money right away. With Poshmark, you have to kind of wait for your item to sell. And I wasn't sure I wanted to, how long would I have to wait? But again, I just decided that I would post them up on Poshmark. And with the holidays coming, I kind of had a good feeling about when they might sell. And sure enough, right before Christmas, someone purchased them for my asking price of $750. Did I take a loss? Yes. Did I take a bigger loss as I would have selling them to Fashionphile? No, because I got for the flats was $600 as opposed to $400. So I netted $200 extra selling through Poshmark rather than selling directly to Fashionphile. So these are my luxury selling experiences with Poshmark versus Fashionphile. I highly recommend Poshmark for selling your items if you have a little bit more patience. If you're considering selling something and you're not 100% sure, my suggestion to you is photograph it, open up a Poshmark account, list it at a like over asking price, and you will receive offers, and that'll kind of make you decide whether or not you want to keep an item or sell an item, and you aren't forced into the transaction because more likely no one's going to pay above what you're asking for. I am a huge Poshmark lover. I haven't had many issues with them. I believe one item may have gotten lost, and Poshmark paid both me and the buyer because the item was lost, and they took the brunt of that issue. And so we both got our money. So Poshmark does take 20%, but I am such a huge lover of Poshmark, and Poshmark has generated me a decent amount of money over the last couple of years, and Fashionphile has insulted me over the course of those same years. So I highly recommend you guys checking out Poshmark for any sale transactions on luxury goods. They authenticate anything over $500. So it gives both the seller and the buyer peace of mind. And I honestly can't say any more good things about Poshmark because of that. So even if you guys don't currently have a Poshmark account, you can go ahead and open up a Poshmark account. I will link it down below for you guys. Just check it out. It is a really good app to use for selling your luxury goods. Louis Vuitton sells exceptionally quickly on Poshmark. Other brands that sell fairly quickly are Chanel, Gucci sells really well on there. And even if you don't have any luxury items that you're looking to currently unload, if you have a business and you make things, you can also use Poshmark as a tool to kind of gain popularity, kind of like an Etsy. So make your jewelry, post it on Poshmark. I always think that it's a really good idea to style your pieces on Poshmark, just to give people an idea of how to use these items, right? So it is an absolutely great tool for you guys to use, and I highly recommend it. And I really do hope that you guys found this video informational and helpful. So if you guys have any additional questions, go ahead and leave them down below. If you guys want another video on Poshmark, then go ahead and let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that you have or provide you with any other useful tips that you might need. And I will chat with you guys later. Bye.